In today's video, we found out what happens when all of the NPCs and bosses meet for the first time in Chapter 3 Season 2. This is something I've wanted to do from the start of the season, and I'm super hyped to show you guys the results from this. So let's jump into it and find out what's going to happen. Roughly 98% of you guys watching this video right now aren't subscribed, and we try and produce the best content possible on YouTube for you guys, which is unique and creates crazy scenarios for you guys. So if you respect that and want to help the channel grow to 500,000, tap that subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. So the plan for today's video is to take all of the NPCs and bosses to the vault outside of the location of the Foundation. Now to do this, we had to pick all the NPCs, find out which ones had spawned in, and begin to take them over slowly. Some areas, for example here the Joneses, only spawn 1 or 2 of the Joneses. The Foundations are guaranteed spawn. All of the 7 members also are guaranteed spawn. But strangely enough, in Battle Labs, Mancake doesn't spawn, and neither does Tomato Head, so they're going to have to be ruled out straight from the start. The other NPCs on the west side of the map are easy to move over. We've got obviously Taco and Jones and a few of the Cuddle team leaders, but however, at the Covert Cavern, we know that Huntmaster Saber teleports back up to his blimp when he leaves it, and obviously Gunner does not move out of his base. Sloan, however, she is maybe possible, and Peely sadly doesn't spawn on Battle Labs. Now with the plan out of the way, it was time to jump into the game and start moving these NPCs and get everything set up. So jumping straight in, the first thing I did was locate the location of the actual Imagined and Jones so we know where they were to save us time. Also shout out on Discord to all the people that joined and helped me with this video. You guys made this possible, and without you guys this would be too difficult to do. So here we go, we found the Imagined. She was located over on the sand biome side of the map, just outside of the location of Condo, which was quite useful. I also cleared all of the IO guards around the map as well. This was super crucial because as we begin to transport NPCs around the map, we don't want the IO guards to get in our way. They're going to get in our way badly. They're going to start attacking us when we're moving NPCs around, and it's just going to slow us down. We only have a 2-hour time period to pull this off, as always. Fortnite did reduce it from 4 hours. Please, Fortnite, bring Battle Labs back to 4 hours. I don't know why they reduced it to 2 hours. It just makes it more difficult for us, but yes, we have a 2-hour time limit. So I then decided to cover the entire lake over here with my team. We all covered this lake, and it didn't take too long. You can see from this replay footage here, the lake only took us about probably 10 minutes to cover, which was super crucial for bringing the cars over to the vault, which is inside, or kind of like in the lake, I guess. So really nice. And then over at the vault, we cleared the vault, and I built this reinforced structure around the top of the vault because now NPCs can mantle. As you guys experienced in the last video which we posted, NPCs can mantle out of the vault, so it's very important that we keep them locked in because we don't want them jumping out. And the first NPC I grabbed was Scientist. This was a difficult one to grab. He's quite far distance to go, but we grabbed him, moved him over to the vault, and simply just fishy rodded him into the vault, and in he goes, and he's nicely in there with the others. Then we got Foundation over. He wasn't too difficult to move either. We got him on a car, and he came over nicely, and we just fishy rodded him into the vault again, and Foundation falls straight in just like that. So Foundation and Scientist are already in. The next 2 NPCs that I grabbed in my footage was the Imagine and Bow Bros. While this was going on, my team were also grabbing other NPCs around the map. Without them, again, it would not be possible for me to grab all of these in this short period of time. So I did grab Bow Bros and the other ones as well. Once they were in, we also got the Origin. They fishing rodded Origin over in nicely, and he was in just like that. Then we also got Little Whip. Little Whip was quite a difficult one to get. He kept falling off, and it just didn't work out very well. After we got Little Whip to the pit, we then moved on to Dr. Sloan. We only had 21 minutes left in the game by this point. We'd already spent 1 hour and 40 inside of here doing everything else. We also constructed a giant tunnel from here all the way over to the vault. So that's all the way over by Tilted to the vault. It's a huge tunnel which took a very long time to construct. After that was constructed, you can see we moved on to Dr. Sloan. And here you can see on my screen now, we have Dr. Sloan moving. And at this point, it's so difficult to move Dr. Sloan. We're trying to identify which one the actual Sloan is. And we do try and do that. You can see we drop down the Sloans that aren't the real one, and this one over here is the real Sloan, and we try and move her to our best of ability with the fishing rod. But because there's so many Sloans shooting us with the free burst, it's just too difficult. Even with 10 people, we could not get Dr. Sloan out of her POI. Now, if anyone knows a way of getting Dr. Sloan out of her POI in her boss form, not one of them fake videos where they pretend them to be NPCs, we want the actual boss Dr. Sloan out of her POI. If you guys know how to do that, do let me know. I've been trying for a very long time, and we even tried this in a separate game for 2 hours to try it, and it just didn't work, and that was with 10 people as well. So it looks like Dr. Sloan isn't going to be possible to move. You can see here we do identify which one the real Sloan is. We take out the Sloans that are the clone version. That one goes down there, and we've got the real Sloan over there. So you can see all the clones have been taken out. She's outside of her POI. Like, we've got her halfway across the river, but you can see what happens here is we start fishing running again. We try and reinforce, and she just keeps walking back like this, and suddenly she goes, nope, we'll clone again, and there's another 2 Dr. Sloans there, and we got to identify her again. It's so hard to do, and eventually after spending about 4 minutes or so moving her, we realized that this was not going to be possible. We all kept dying too quickly. We were trying our best to move her, but it just didn't work out for us. And eventually, Dr. Sloan got back to her POI. She arrived back, and it was just too difficult. We had her moved halfway across the river, but not even halfway there to the final location. So overall, Dr. Sloan cannot be moved from her POI from what we know so far. Jumping back into the NPCs though, we had all the NPCs and Foundation inside of the vault ready for an ultimate battle to see who's going to win in this. We've done these in the past and it's really exciting to see who actually wins, and sometimes in the past Foundation doesn't always win, so those that watch the past ones, you'll know. Also, just before the battle starts, don't forget, if you get a free moment, pop in code POST to your item shop, that's POST, it only takes 5 seconds. Okay, switching over to the replay mode, it was time to start the battle. We sent in a few of our teammates to pickaxe some of the NPCs to start the battle, and some of them started fighting straight off the bat. At first, it looks like the NPCs in the right hand corner are confused. We've got softies in that right corner over inside the vault, and all the rest outside of the vault are still emoting and not targeted just yet. We sent in a few other players to help pickaxe them and get the NPCs going. We got a pickaxe there on Visitor, a few on the Imagined in there, and all the NPCs on this right side in the Origin softies are all ready to go. They are in hostile form. The NPCs are still getting pickaxes at the minute just to change them into hostile form. Foundation takes a few extra pickaxes there to do the damage that we need to do to him, and Scientist also goes mad, and even Mullet Marauder takes a hit there from Scientist. We've got Balbros over here in the corner, we've got Guaco over there on the right, you've got Brainiac here taking on the Balbros there, Visitor locating in on Mullet Marauder there, taking as much damage as possible on Mullet Marauder. You got Scientist fighting Guaco in this right corner, Balbros going for the Brainiac there, Visitor taking a little bit of damage, Mullet Marauder aiming as much damage as he can on Balbros. Balbros taking a lot of damage here. We've got Brainiac that goes down to Guaco there in the center. You see Balbros in the left hand corner goes down as well to Mullet Marauder. Scientist and Mullet Marauder taking damage there. Scientist takes damage and gets taken out by Guaco and Mullet Marauder teaming up together. They look like they're not happy though. They start to fight against each other. We've got Guaco versus Mullet Marauder happening right here. Jones taking a little bit of damage. Guaco takes down the Mullet there. And you can see Foundation's now in the action, firing a big meatball in. We've also got Jones here, and Jones gets taken down by Guaco. Guaco absolutely on a massive streak here, taking everyone out. Guaco taking a little bit of damage here from the Foundation. You see inside the vault, Guaco gets hit there and gets taken down by Foundation, but that's okay. Rotating out, you can see all of the NPCs are moving out onto the Foundation. Foundation doing as much damage as he can on these. You can see we've got Softies up there. He's managed to mantle out the vault. A huge big meatball comes in right like that, and ooh, a big meatball damage here. Going back a little bit in time just to see what happened in this vault, you can see that Guaco did get eliminated by the Foundation ball. And while that was going on, all the NPCs went out apart from the Duckling, who was still Quackling, sorry, who was still inside of the vault in this situation. Inside while that was going on, you can see Origin and the Imagine take a little 1v1 situation here, with the Imagine coming on top, just beating the Origin, with the Visitor still in this location. Foundation goes in again on Softies, who mantled out and goes in. There's a bunch of damage there, but doesn't actually take anyone out. Softies is still outside the vault at this point. You see he actually takes down the Imagine with some nice distance shots. Again, we managed to get Softies luckily back inside the action, but he's still up top. Nice little fishing rod puts him in. Huge big meatball coming in for Foundation. It takes down one of our players there, not an NPC. We've still got Foundation in this corner with a few NPCs around. We've got the Imagined Softies. Imagine and Softies goes down straight to the Foundation, and even Quackling and Foundation are the two remaining, with Quackling still emoting in this corner, not joining the fight at any point during this battle. What is Quackling doing? I have no idea, but she's located in this corner. We've got Foundation here just completely chilling, looking at her. I have no idea what Foundation is doing. He is ready to go though. He looks like he's going to get in the action. One little pickaxe here on Foundation should set him off into the action. So let's see if we can get that going. Nice little pickaxe. He goes in with the meatball, huge big meatball onto Quackling, and he hits Quackling. He goes for me though, because he's not targeting Quackling, but Quackling goes, no, I'm not having any of this. And unfortunately, Quackling's still not fighting back, and Foundation takes a W against Quackling in this huge boss meet. I did not expect that in that boss meet, but if you guys want to try out every single weapon, every single item, every single exotic, every single mythic, every single consumable, and all for free with no gold needed to purchase them inside of one map, you can. This is the map for you to improve your skills, have fun on, and try out every item ever in Fortnite, including all the vehicles and everything you ever need. This is Box FFA. You can jump in with the code on screen, build bases, roleplay, create battles to have a huge fun in this giant free-for-all arena with everything ever in Fortnite. Pop in with the code on screen. I'll see you guys in there.